Hello, my name is Josh Creason. I'm the assistant pastor here at South Charlotte Pres. It's good to be with you and bring you this devotional today on Thursday. I want to start with a question. I want to ask you, what helps you not be afraid when trouble comes? What helps you not be afraid when trouble comes? For me as a kid, I love sleeping with a nightlight and my stuffed animal Shamu. If you know Shamu, he's the orca whale from SeaWorld. And so I had that growing up. So that was my safety, a nightlight and a stuffed animal from Shamu. And you could say the psalmist in Psalm 46 is kind of asking the same question. What helps you not be afraid when trouble comes? Trouble comes, and it will. What is your help? What is your refuge? What is your strength? Listen to these words from Psalm 46. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth gives way, though the mountains be moved into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, though the mountains tremble at its swelling. The psalm makes a bold claim that God is a help, a refuge, a strength, and that he is actually found in abundance, especially in times of trouble. But maybe you're asking the question, how so? He doesn't appear to be there in abundance. You and I know that difficulties will come. They will challenge us, maybe even overwhelm us, and certainly surprise us when they do come. And you and I, in those times, that we will be tempted to look to someone or something to find help, to find relief, to find comfort. My question is, what do you look to? Maybe it's just simply worrying, or maybe it's going to control your world in order to make you feel safe. Or maybe it's turning to distractions or things that numb our senses so that we can have a little bit of a reprieve, escaping, in other words. The point is that you and I, we will lean on and we will look to different things to help. What is it that comes to your mind for you as you think about it? You know, there may not be things that are bad in of themselves, things I've mentioned before, things that probably pop into your heads like TV streaming, food, drink, desserts, sex within marriage, screen scrolling. The list could go on and on. But sometimes we turn to those things in order to distract or numb, to give us a temporary peace, as it is. And sometimes we don't even realize that we are doing it. We've just kind of fallen into a regular pattern. This time is definitely hard on everyone at different levels. And whatever your hard may be, where do you go for refuge, for strength, and for help? You know, it's interesting in the midst of this psalm, in verses 2 and 3, what's important is who is with you. Notice in verse 5 says, God is in the midst of her. She shall not be moved. God will help her when morning dawns. With all that is going on, what matters is who is at the center. Notice that it's not the walls of the city. If you look up in verse 4, there is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy habitation of the Most High. You notice it's not the walls, it's not the military forces that give her the protection, that make her feel safe, but it matters who is in your midst, who is with you, who is present, and whoever or whatever is in your midst. Is it powerful enough to conquer, to give you that peace and refuge and strength and comfort that you need? And the psalmist here is saying, yes, there is someone. It's God, the triune God, and he is at the center. And if he is in the midst, then we will not be moved. A few weeks ago, some tornadoes ripped through different states in the South, one state in particular, Mississippi. And there was a news report that that talked about this one house where this couple had recently purchased it a few weeks prior to the storm. And inside it was a cinder block safe room. And when the tornado came, They went into it to escape the storm because they lived on a slab. There was no basement. And literally, if you go look up the pictures, the only thing that is left standing on the slab of concrete is this concrete block safe room. That's the only thing that was left standing and that actually protected this family during the time. Everything else, utterly gone. And it's a beautiful picture of how God is in our midst. And He is like that cinder block safe house, the thing that we run to, the thing that we go to, where we find protection, refuge, safety, help in our time of need. My question for you is, what is it that you have put in the center of your life that you go to in the midst of trials and difficulties? What is it that you have put at the center, that thing that you are looking to for help and hope? Too many times, for me, it's all those distractions that I mentioned above. I find myself falling into that pattern of just not even kind of consciously aware, but slipping into it, scrolling, looking at news articles ad nauseum instead of looking to the Lord, bringing my concerns, my fears, my doubts to a passage like Psalm 46 and finding refuge and strength in it. Jesus, God's Son, our Savior, the Messiah, is called Emmanuel. It says that in Matthew 1:23, where He is called God with us. You see, He, that is Jesus, is truly in and with His people, and therefore He is found in abundance. You are in Him, He is in you. And so I want to encourage you to look to the safe room that is our triune God and to find help and hope in time of need. It's good to be with you. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon.